And welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. I'm here, joined as always with my co-host Brad Bain. Bainey, good to be back. Great to be here at the Exchange Hotel, major sponsor as well. We just polished off a couple of beautiful sides.
After a big weekend, Chuck, it's fantastic to dip into a bit of that. You've had a busy day as well, date day today as well?
Yeah, did the right thing by the missus today, got that ticked off.
Stacey will be happy.
No Hard Feelings in Gold Class, very good movie, recommend it.
Yeah, it's that Gold Class, very nice down there.
Beautiful, mate. It's a different sort of experience, underrated experience. We're obviously sport for choice with home streaming today, but nothing quite like going to the movies and going into a chop top.
And a popcorn, a little bit of popcorn.
A little popcorn, but we had that much food coming out that we couldn't get through it all. So that's at home waiting for me. So looking forward to dipping into that tonight as well. Your day, mate, you've been busy with footy.
Good, mate. Yeah. Nice cold day down at Glenelg, and they put on a nice show. But always good to be involved with the footy.
Critics come for you last week. Saxon Evans, did he play this week?
He did actually. I had a good laugh with that come out. So he was pumped. He was pumped with the pump up that we gave him, and he had a good game today. Yeah,
well, when it come out, you make it sound like you weren't in the room when it happened. So well done, and good to see you got him a game as well. Well done to Saxon. So great stuff. Looking forward to a big show. As always, we've got to thank all of our sponsors that help us go to air each and every week. They're popping up on screen now, Brad. We're going to have a quick break, come back with a big instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up, and I'm looking forward to this.
And thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, we are back with another massive instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up, aren't we, Chucky?
Yeah, talking about massive, Lyndon's Oval and the team down at Rams Northern Adelaide. Best option for you to go and refinance your home, new or existing. Ring the team, always plenty of special offers going on, and forget the offers, it's just good people.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing in business and you're dealing with the refinancing your own home, you want to deal with good people, trustworthy people, and that's Lyndon's Oval and the team at Rams Northern Adelaide. Looking forward to you getting stuck into this, Brad.
I've got a few good people for us, Chook, and a few good things happening around. That's what this segment's all about. So, Chookie, at the minute though, not a person in particular, but just all the sport on TV. We are just spoilt for choice at the minute. We've got the AFL, the Ashes, F1, Live Golf. What else we got?
Well, I don't know what else we got. I can't pick between those four. We had the Super Netball Grand Final last night.
Next week. Thunderbirds
versus
the
last
Swifts.
night?
It would have been the prelim or whatever they call it.
Who
in
played
Super
in that,
Netball. The Sydney Swifts and whoever they knocked off, because it's Sydney Swifts and Thunderbirds next week in Melbourne. John Cain Arena, 6:30 p.m.
Spoilt for choice, though, is what we get.
We are. Yeah, it's fantastic, Chug. It's great. And
Bryson DeChambeau as well, leading Live at the moment, which is great to see the big Bryson.
Yes, well done, Bryson. Well done, Bryson. He might, if he keeps playing well, he might get a pair of slippers.
Yep.
Another one that might get a pair of slippers, Chook, Taylor Swift. She is making waves down in Australia. She's coming in February. It was beautiful of her to come and make the trip for your honeymoon as well. You're getting married in February, and a week later you're heading over to watch Tay-Tay.
Mate, Taylor Swift, I say it all the time, the biggest pop star on the planet, and she proved it. She's had 5 shows between Sydney and Melbourne, 3 in Sydney, 2 in Melbourne, at the biggest arenas that you can get over there, and sold them both out in a matter of hours. Opened 2 more, sold them out in a matter of an hour as well. So she is phenomenal. There's a lot of stress going on in the Knight household about getting tickets, and lucky enough to get them. Melbourne falls on our wedding, and so we go to Sydney the week after, have a mini honeymoon. But what a pop star, what an entertainer, and we are very lucky that she's coming to Australia, and can't wait to see her, Brad. She's
superstar.
She's a star.
Superstar. Look forward to February. That should be a big month.
Big month, yes.
That'll be good. But financial experts, some unreliable sources out there telling us financial experts are saying Tay-Tay might just save the financial crisis in Australia.
Yeah, it's interesting. Somehow. It's an interesting source, and looking forward to getting that source getting us some proper written material on this, because all it's done is bleed me dry, but it was worth every penny. Yeah,
but that money's just spinning around, and it's good for everyone, isn't it?
Apparently.
Good for Tay anyway. Well done, Taylor, and we look forward to February. Chook, one more for us. One more good person for the Feel Good Fill Up, and the winner this week goes to Simon Plumridge. Chook, Dan Houston, after the siren, he's lined up from 55, big, wet, heavy footy. He's slotted it from 55. Port win their 12th in a row, but it's not about him. It's about Simon Plumridge, the goal umpire. He's got trampled by a pack of 25. He's held his ground, though, Chook. and he's got the right call as well. He's called it a goal. They call it a soft call when it's going to go to the decision review system. He called it a goal, and the decision review confirmed that it was a goal. And great story to tell.
Great story, and he's in pole position as well. And he's copped some hard contact in there as well, Brad. And he stood his ground and had clear vision of the ball. Yeah. That photo from the camera in the arc. Yeah. That's no better footage than that, and that's what the arc's here for. There's a lot of conjecture around the arc, and that one last night sums up why it is here to stay.
Well done, Simon. And in an interview with Fox Sports, Chook, he did say they actually prepare for that moment, which you don't often think what goes into elements of goal umpiring, but they prepare for that moment. They do contact training in the goal umpires. They'll practice getting jostling under the ball and still getting the right call. It's good, isn't it?
It's fantastic. Could you imagine David Roden in that? He'd be licking his lips.
Oh, God, he'd rub a few out, wouldn't he?
I think so. Yeah. And Dan Houston, obviously great finish, but
but it's all about Simon.
You know the story, Brad. A couple of weeks ago, Dan, a few words in a nightclub, didn't know who he was, but good to see him go and finish with a good goal to win. Yeah. And Port go 12 in a row, are they the real deal?
After 12 in a row, it's hard to say they're not. You don't fluke 12 of them.
No, you don't. It's a good call.
No, well done, Paul. Well done, Dan. Well done, Simon Plumridge as well. That's a fantastic effort. I look forward to following his journey. We'll be back next week, thanks to Rams Home Loans at Northern Adelaide.
Fantastic feel-good fill up there. Well done, Beatty. Very, very good. And Simon Plumridge. Looking forward to watching him for the rest of this year.
That's it.
He's going to get into pole position. Sometimes you've just got to take your moment in the sun. He's done that. And looking forward to it. You know what he'll be on next?
TikTok.
Well, the Dylan Friends podcast.
Yes.
Because that's what happens. Everyone something big happens to do, ends up on the Dylan Friends
Dimmer
podcast.
Hardwick.
Yeah, beautiful watch. My favourite so far. Let's get into the Barossa footy, Brad, because I'm looking forward to talk about this. First game of the round, Barossa District 16-16-112, defeating Kapunda 9-2-56.
Yeah.
Good win by the Dogs.
Massive game this one, Chook. Barossa, they've been a little bit shaky the last few weeks and they've had something to prove, and they did just that. So their best, Jake Tobin, Rowie Nelson, he's fit as a fiddle as well at the minute. Rowie Nelson, he's a strong young lad.
He's seen a good physio.
Yeah, well, not anymore because he doesn't need one.
Beautiful.
He's going well. Brady Griffiths, third best as well. Their goals, Shillabeer 3, Griffiths 3 and Riswick 3. Riswick and Shillabeer at the top of the leading goal kickers still for the league. We love to see that. Kapunda Best, Mitchell Parr, Harry Watke, Aaron Whistler, and their goals, Xanon Dreyer. He's back. I don't think he's been playing much footy yet. So Juice, he's back with 3 goals and Parr 2 as well, Chook.
Yeah, rumour is he has been a bit scarred after you beat him in that brawl at South that day, you and Xan Dreyer. So
it was about 30 years ago
good
now,
to see Juice back playing. And Juice, if you are watching, he's not playing anymore, so you should be right now.
Yes, that's some good content, Chook. Keep going, mate. As we said, though, Shillabeer 29 goals, Riswick 27 goals for the year. They are in some scintillating form.
Great form, and Big Shillers, he's a gun, and he's a star, let's be honest. We like the fact he puffs the chest out, walks around with a bit of character and a bit of spunk, and he is a superstar of this competition, and then you add in Lee Riswick with that, another star. 200-game Sandful player as well for North Adelaide. They're star-studded and looking forward to. I think that's the goal sewn up. I think no one's going to get close to them. They'll win it this year. Yeah,
everyone else seems to share it around a little bit, doesn't it? But a bit of spunk, Chook. We like spunk. Speaking of spunk, we've got another spunky game here. Gawler Centrals 2-6-18 defeated by South Gawler 27-22. 184, Chook.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe this game as spunk. No. I would describe it as a word that we probably can't use on camera, Brad. But great for South Gawler. Obviously, Gawler Central's tough one for them. They had, I think, 5 of their top 6 or 7 out, which, at this level doesn't help anyone. We know South Gawler are the best team in the competition, but, Gawler Central's, they might have kicked another 5 or 6 goals with those blokes in the side. But South Gawler, how good are they going? And best for Gawler Central as well, Michael Vidal, Blakey Marsden, Jake Asher. For South, Steve Burton, Josh Whitworth, Lockie Arnold. Steve Burton, by all reports, brought his own footy, which will save the club $80 if he did. So they'll be happy with that. The goals for Goal Essentials. Clint Hill, the B-grade coach.
Yes.
The B-grade coach has played A-grade. That's how depleted they are. And Dylan Bell with 1. Joshy Whitworth kicked 7. He'll be loving a pump up on this.
And handed a few off as well, I hear as well. He could have had a really big bag.
Good to see. And Gilchrist with 3. Barch with 3.
Yeah.
And Warden with 3 as well. Big Barch.
Yeah, starting to come into some form, isn't he?
Yep, it's all those weights he's been lifting at the gym, bro.
Looking strong, isn't he, and fit. But we love the way Barchi goes about it, and he's his own toughest critic when he's not going well. So it's great to see him getting amongst it, Chooky. But yeah, it was the injuries of the Gall Essentials. We knew they were probably going to be tough and up against it anyway. But I suppose all you can do is put this one behind you, hey?
You can. That's what they'll be doing. They'll be forgetting this happened. And it says a bit about the depth when I think South Gawler won by a similar margin in the 2s. And big shout out to the man behind the camera tonight, Brad, as well. He'll crack the shits if we don't give him this. And, best on, Jacob Schmidtke.
Yeah, he wrote the run sheet tonight. He put his name down the bottom.
Yeah, 3 snags, and he told us 56 touches, but he stopped counting halfway through the 3rd.
So he's had a big day.
He's had a big day, Jacob, so well done, mate. Looking forward
he's a humble young lad, Chook, but we'll hopefully see him
Maybe he told me 56 halfway through the 3rd.
Anyway, 3rd game of the round. Freeling 14-5-89 defeated Angaston 10-14 74. You tipped it, Chooky. Freeling 2 wins on the trot in the first time in, I'm not sure, a long time though. I tried to do my research and not even Pete Argent.
I think 2016 they played finals, so they could have had a few that year. 2016 I reckon. So maybe since then. But
they're up and
tipped
about.
it, Brad. I've gone 4 from 4 in the tips this week. And big win by the Redlegs, and great to see, and some similar names, Brad, that we're always talking about. And it's the future of the Freeling Footy Club. Nicholas Hales, best on. Ben Heinrich, second best as skipper. Ozzie Polton, my boy. And for Angaston, it was Jack Miles, their skipper. Riley Argent and Tommy Ryan as well. Nice left footer. Good to see him back on the park. 2 goals to Jack Miles for Angaston. Freeling goals, Brad. Ben Heinrich 6. John Ross 2. Ozzie Polton 2. Nicholas Hales 2. So sharing it around a bit.
That's right, Chooky. And like you said, some familiar names there. Heinrich and Poulton, they'd have to be leading the BNF, wouldn't they, for Freeling?
I think they'd be streets ahead of anyone else.
Yeah, it's definitely names that often come up. But Chooky, it was all Angaston, not all Angaston, but they were up at 3/4 time, and Freeling 3 goals to no goals in the last quarter. Yeah,
and it just shows there's always time to change the game, and if you want it, who stays in there the longest, and the last to break, they'll run over the top of them. There was a bigger margin at half time. It might have been around the 4-goal mark at half time, and it looked like Freeling started to eat into that in the 3rd and really got over the top of Angaston in the last, which is good to see, and great for the Barossa footy to see Freeling going back to back.
That's dead right, Chook. And an interesting stat as well. 2 wins in a row, which we know hasn't happened for a while for Freeling. Both of those games, less scoring shots than the other team. So they've been working on their fitness, they've been working on their goal kicking clearly. Yeah, dead eyes, that get the ball to Benny Heinrich, he doesn't miss too many. That's right, Chook. More goals usually wins the game, sometimes. So last game in the round, Williston 11-5-71, defeated by Newry in a close one, 10-19-79. Yeah, well, you talk about kicking straight, and Williston certainly did that. 16 scoring shots to 29. The game could easily say otherwise, but you can only do what you can do, and Williston, they've really pushed Newry. They're a team that we know they're going to be in that finals mix, the Donnybrooks, and well coached by Damien Herzick as well. So Williston's best, Nick Lehman, Ash Fry, stalwart of the footy club. And one of our favourite boys, Brodie Cormac as well. Fella. Always down here at the Exchange on a Saturday night. Always the first bloke to get around you. Loves wearing his Donnybrook jacket. So good to see you in the best, Brodie. Hope you're watching the show. Love you, mate. And Newry's best, Scott Bentley, Nick Madden. Good to see him back. The old wily veteran. What a star he is. And Sam Fallon. Goals for Newry, Scott Bentley with 3, Will Nichols with 3, and for Williston, Nick Lehman with 3. That's right, Chooky. It was all Williston early though, 4 goals to 1 at quarter time, and then Alfie Jenner would have given them a nice old spray after that, I would have thought. But For Newry, ones that settled it, Scotty Bentley, he's a star, isn't he? He really took the ball by the horns and made sure of it. And our boy Mitchy Norton as well across half back or deep down back as well, intercept marking all day. We love how he goes about it.
Absolutely, we do. No, their star started that Newry side, and as we know, they're getting a few of these boys back that have not played as much. And Mads is one, Alfie hopefully soon, if not didn't play. And Did play, yes. So first game back.
Yes.
So as they're only going to get better as the year goes on, and once they make it to finals, that's when they'll just start the rep.
Like we say, we touch on it every week, but they just sort of do what they have to this time of year. You look out for them the last 3 rounds and going into finals, Chuck.
Absolutely, Brad. Can't wait to watch them. I don't know where I was going there, but can't wait to watch them when finals does hit. And it's around the corner, Brad.
Yes.
We've got some exciting news around that.
It starts to warm up soon as well.
Oh, it's horrible. My hands are freezing just sitting here. I need some little mittens on to do the show. But we've got some exciting announcements coming around the Barossa Grand Final luncheon, Brad, which is coming up again. So we'll give that to the people hopefully next week's show. But until then, we're going to have a break, thank our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and have a look at round 11, which is after the Zone Champs bye, but we'll talk more about that next. And welcome back. As we said, thank you to all our sponsors that help us go to air each and every week. As we said, Brad, just before going to the break, we've got the Zone Champs this week, which is exciting. We've got 6 zones from both men and women coming up to play in the Barossa. It goes every year. We've been the last couple. Unfortunately, won't be there in an official capacity this year, but you will be with Central Districts because they'll play the community game against the Adelaide Crows this year.
That's right, Chook. Saturday Arvo down at Newry. Crows versus Centrals, as you mentioned, should be a good game. Get down there and support your local teams.
Crows coming off a loss today as well, which is going to be
vengeance.
A great game. Hopefully, I think they go into state, the Crowies, next week. So they'll be looking for. They might have a couple extra out, which will help.
Either way, it should be a good game and get down there and have a look, eh?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah,
it should be good.
A lot of Barossa boys in the in the central side. So
that's dead right, Chuck.
And a lot of Newry talent. So looking forward to that as well. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. A lot of representatives in the Barossa. Look forward to debriefing that in our show in 2 weeks' time, Brad. But let's have a look to round 11 as this will happen before we come to air. And first up, it was Barossa taking on Newry. Barossa taking on Tanunda.
We talked all about Newry, Chook, but this has nothing to do with them. Barossa versus Tanunda. This will be a good game. Barossa, a little bit shaky, aren't they? They started really well early. We love them. We tried to go against them. They proved us wrong. I think Barossa will get that one done. I'm
going with the U-Dogs as well. Williston taking on South, another Gawler derby.
Yes, down at Williston, nice big oval. Hopefully it's a nice warm day as well. You get some beautiful footy down at Williston Oval, but I think South are in good form and you'd be brave to tip against them.
Yes, I'm going with South and I'm going with Schmidtke in. Chappie, if you're watching, Schmidtke in, and he'll get the best players as well. Next game, Anguston taking on Newry, Brad.
This is an interesting game, Chuck, and Barossa. They get some nice coverage down here. This is the week after the country champ, so everyone will be buzzing out that area of town. I actually think Newry will get the job done. I was going to go the other way. I think it'll be a close game, but Newry will get it done.
Newry win easily for me.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and the last game.
Last game of the round. Freeling take on Kapunda. Your boys, Freeling. They're in good form.
They're going 3-0 Freeling. Redlegs win. They're at home again.
It's massive.
3 in a row, and it'll be party time down at the Legs.
It's big, Chook. I'm going to jump on board. I think Freeling might get this done, and we might have to have a look at the ladder at some point. It could leave it open for them to sneak in.
Well, we'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at it next round, and they'll be building a lot of confidence off the back of it. And it's about time you got on the bandwagon as well. Go the Redlegs. So, looking forward to watching Zone Champs next week. Can't wait to get out there. Hopefully, get down there on the Sunday and watch a bit of footy, and then watch you do your work as well. And then heading to the week after round 11 in the Barossa. Exciting time. The finals, the ladder. It's all starting to take shape. We're over halfway through the season, which is unbelievable, Brad. It's gone very quickly. Felt like just yesterday I was standing here next to you.
Yeah.
We've got to thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board, making this show possible. All the viewers that jump on each and every week and give us some feedback as well. We always love to hear it, Brad.
Yes.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
And to the boys watching at I Perform on Wednesday night, keep watching us. We love your work. We'll see you all next week.